I'm getting Jasper in about 10 minutes and I must have a run. Well, 20 minutes, 4 kilometers, but it was worth it because I finally feel awake. I know I say this a lot, but this time I really am late. But it's okay, because I had a run, and that feels amazing. In case you're wondering, that's the reason why I'm wearing a t-shirt in this beautiful, balmy winter's day. Save a fortune in heating if I just ran a bit more regularly. Okay. As you can see from the window being open, yes, I am still way too hot, and that is one of the main problems with trying to have a short run. I mean, it's only a tiny little 20-minute, well, okay, a bit more than a jog, but still, the problem is it takes me about half an hour to cool down. Maybe that's a being unfit thing. Anyway, what I'm going to talk about today is SpaceX, I think, because in about 45 minutes they're going to be launching a Falcon 9 rocket with, and this is a second use for this particular rocket, but they're also going to be launching a second use Dragon capsule, which I reckon will make this about the most reused spacecraft ever launched, you know, into orbit. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Hopefully it doesn't just blow up. It's always the worry with rockets. They do have a tendency to turn into very large fireworks sometimes. Anyway, the other thing I was going to mention is I'm going to be going off to my parents quite a bit later, and the car is relatively cold. It's warmed up a bit because I've done a couple of little 5-10 mile journeys to go get Jasper from school, for example, but it's pretty chilly. It's 5 degrees outside. It's a 75-mile journey I'm going to be doing, and I want to see by the end of that journey where the watt hours per mile over the past 30 miles is. Because I think what you'll find is that although initially it's very much higher, like at the moment it's just under 400 watt hours per mile used on average over the last 30 miles. But once I've done a decent length journey, I think that's going to drop down to not far off what it would be in summertime. So probably around 280, 275 maybe. I'm not going to drive very quickly. I'm going to do my sort of usual 55, 60 kind of thing. I'm not in a massive rush. And I don't know what the traffic will be like, so that could pull down the speed quite a bit, I don't know. But what will be interesting is to see how much efficiency gets gained back once the whole system starts to heat up. So yeah, but first, obviously, I've got to go grab Jasper, and then his granny's going to come over and look after him for the remainder of the day and into tomorrow. Okay, so I will see you guys later. Let's get you in, Jasper, because SpaceX are launching rockets. And I've actually still got a little bit of editing to do on today's video, because guess what? I've fallen behind again.
It's the first time that we're flying both a flight-proven first stage and a flight-proven Dragon. In other words, both of these vehicles have already gone.
I like the way they're calling it flight-proven. Awesome. It's not reused, not recycled, it's tested. That's interesting. They're not going to scrub it down after every launch, which I think is probably just a way of, how do I put this, making it really clear that this is a reflown stage. Yeah, it's all marketing. Something Elon Musk loves. So far so good. The best thing about launches back to land, where the first stage lands back on land, especially in the day, is you tend to get good video. They do put on a good show, don't they? Good old SpaceX. Well, I thoroughly enjoyed that. Now I need to finish up my video. Jasper, you need to be really good for Granny, okay? It's on the vlog now, you have to be good. So, what we've got here is the status before my 75-mile trip. Got dotted lines. Yeah, so it's obviously not warm outside. And we'll see if we can get that watt hour per mile over the past 30 miles down to something a bit more reasonable. So we've not exactly gone to plan here. 332 watt hours per mile is kind of awful. Yeah, I'm really very unimpressed with that. But then 2 degrees is pretty damn chilly. And one of the downsides of not going quickly is you don't heat the battery up as much. Ooh, it must be Christmas time. And also, whilst I've got a bit of light on me, the other reason why the battery didn't heat up quite as much as I was hoping is because I did stop for a quick bit of fast food dinner on the way over here. So, you know, add that all up and those are my excuses. We'll do better next time. You still see the principle. I mean, you know, 20% improvement over the course of that journey. And that's, you know, low speed, 30, 40 mile an hour country roads versus 50, 55, 60 mile an hour motorways. Definitely Christmas. That thing comes out every single year since like forever. Right, I'm gonna go say hello to everyone and I'll catch you guys in a bit. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna catch you guys in a bit. It's kind of like the end of the day anyway, so I'm gonna say goodbye now. I hope you've enjoyed today's vlog post. If you have, remember to like it, share it and subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram if you don't already, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next installment of my daily vlog. Bye. Oh. That's it, jump out. I love that jumper. It's not actually your jumper though, is it? No, because I didn't realise it was Christmas jumper day today. And yeah, so I had to do an emergency borrow from another parent type job. Right.